By now, Kaikoura should be hitting its peak season. Whale watching, swimming with the dolphins, bars and restaurants buzzing, the no vacancies signs starting to go out. Now, we all know, of course, that that is not the case. After the winter hibernation, the earthquakes have stopped the town coming back to life. How are businesses coping? Well, with wit and support and a singular will, they are somehow getting by just. They do need the government support package. That runs out in 8 weeks. What will happen then and how are they now? Well, 5 of them joined us via LiveView, one after another. We begin with the town's sole pharmacist, David McKee. He found himself with a town full of people, many stuck there and staying longer than they'd expected, some running out of drugs and having no prescriptions for replacements. He had to make it work, and somehow he has. But as the only person in town able to do it, he's exhausted.
Oh, I'm 6 or 7 stages above buggered. Yeah, thank goodness for beer. Beer is a wonderful substance. You know, you've still got to do the evening sit down with a few of your mates and have a pint. Because if you don't, I think you come to bits. You know, this is a social town. It's an incredibly well networked town, and if it weren't for some of my friends around me in these sorts of situations, then yeah, I would have come to bits days ago.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a few people like that in Kaikoura. Can we talk about the road just before I ask you to pass on the phone and the microphone? You know,
Sure.
Once again, it's delayed, the inland route. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 3 weeks. What impact has that news had on the town?
I'm not so sure about the entire town. I've really been entirely focused upon our the town's pharmaceutical needs, and yep, you know, the road's critical to our psyche and our long-term survival. That road simply has to be open. There is no question about that. If we turn into a Karamea situation, one road in, one road out, you can say goodbye to most of Kaikoura. But if we can get that road open both ways, it's the passing traffic which is keeping Kaikoura alive and has done for decades, and that needs to continue. Our own urgent needs, I get stuff flown in, but it would just be a whole lot easier if I didn't have to manage, you know, our own needs, things like nappies. I've got a 1-year-old, so we need nappies. When the town runs out of nappies, yeah, the shit does hit the fan. So having the road open just prevents all of that drama that you've got going on in the background, that if you're not experiencing it, you never even consider. So yeah, get the road open. I mean, my car is in desperate need of a service, and it can't be done here. It's a foreign thing, and it needs new tyres, and I can't get them shipped in. So I've got to get to Christchurch at some stage in the next month or two. And if the road isn't open, I'm going to have to, I don't know what we're going to do.
Thanks, Dave. It's lovely to talk to you.
I'll work that out when that comes along.
Keep up the very good work there. Would you mind passing on the phone and the microphone to the person sitting beside you? We're very grateful. So for people listening, what we've got is a group of Kaikoura business people sitting around a table, and we're going to the next one now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello, it's lovely to talk to you.
Yes,
this is a very rude question because we've just met, and I'd like to be polite about it. What's your name and what's your business?
So my name is Mel Skinner, and I run SS Wine Company in Kaikoura.
Right, and are you open or closed?
We are open. Luckily, we didn't have a building itself. We had all our wine in a cellar and sell online and through the farmers market, and sell outside of Kaikoura as well. So we've been really lucky that all the wine has survived, and we only lost one bottle that happened to be sitting on my kitchen bench.
How extraordinary. What about customers? Have you got any?
Yes, we have. We definitely have customers here. We're working with a number of local businesses at the moment, making sure they are stocked up. So, and we've always had good support from restaurants such as Celaview. Hapuku Lodge has always supplied our wine as well, and now working with new customers here, and then also out of Kaikoura as well.
And so how are you coping? You actually sound to me like you're doing remarkably well.
We are. I mean, we've had really good support from a lot of businesses, and businesses we haven't worked from before. We were lucky enough this morning to get some wine sent out with Rodfather fishing tours. that was taking people back down to Oaro, so they've been helping us out. We've also had building companies also helping us with chillers as well. So we had Alistair Braun helping us with that as well.
Thanks, Mel. I'm very impressed by your resilience, and your ability to keep a wine business open in an earthquake zone is remarkable. Would you mind passing me on to whoever's beside you? Thank you, Mel.
I certainly will.
Thank you very much. Hello, it's John speaking. Who's this?
This is Dwayne Fussell. I'm the owner of Coastal Sports in town here.
So you're a retailer, Dwayne?
Yes, yeah, we've got an adventure sports store here. We sell surfboards, bikes, adventure gear, camping gear.
And did you survive the earthquake? And two, if you did, do you have any customers to sell stuff to?
I mean, you know, I'm in that tricky situation where my shop actually did survive fairly well. We've opened the doors pretty quickly. Going forward, yeah, most of our customers locked out of town at the moment. We'd really love them back.
Because have you basically got no income at all at the moment?
We've been surprised how well we've been supported online. We do have an online business as well, and we are finding a huge amount of support around the country to help us to get through this. Certainly our income's been cut massively, but we are getting parcels out on helicopters and planes and boats and whatever way we can to people.
So you are running an online business from a community completely cut off from the outside world, other than by helicopter. I mean, this is, you know, people talk about resilience. It's possibly the most overused word in the English language after an earthquake, but by golly, that's an example of it.
Yeah, we've been throwing stuff at everybody that's leaving town and just getting it down to my father in Christchurch, and he's getting it to the depot. He's been a good man down there.
Well, congratulations, and keep up the almost miraculous work. Who have you got beside you, Dwayne? Can you pass the phone over?
Yep, no worries.
Thank you, bro. Is that you, Daniel?
That's right. How are you, John?
Yeah, good. So for people who were listening, Daniel, you were one of the first business owners we spoke to. So you're Coco de Cheese, right? I recognise you. So you have a cheese business for which you need milk and you need customers, and you kind of have neither, but somehow you're making a go of it, are you, Daniel?
That's right. We're still working towards getting up and running again as quick as we can, and we've got a lot of cheese that survived the earthquake, and we've been working pretty hard and fast to get our cheese out of Kaikoura. So once again, Anton from the Rodfather and Cam from Growan, they got our cheese down the coast today on the boat, and now it's zip-zapping all over the country. Have some cheese up in your way by tomorrow, I think.
So if we look at the people I've met so far, we've got a pharmacist who's somehow managing to get drugs in. We've got a wine seller who has somehow managed to keep her cellar intact and distribute wine. We've got a sports goods retailer who is somehow managing to run an online business from there. And we've got you who is somehow managing to get cheese out. And actually, when I think about that, it's remarkable.
It is phenomenal, and it's just an amazing expression of humanity, and it's just so lovely to see it in action. And with some of these sort of support things that are happening within Kaikoura and outside, it'd be really nice to see them continue.
Yeah.
Like the farmers market yesterday was outstanding. People coming together, people pulling over and checking if you're all right. You know, like if we can keep some of this in Kaikoura, if we can keep Sounds Air in Kaikoura coming, you know, every day, things like this, if we can keep that good humanity happening, I think Kaikoura is going to really become even more of a special place.
What a nice thought, humility and humanity. It's a lovely thought. Thank you, Daniel. It's really nice to talk to you again. Would you mind, in this lovely relay we've got of our phone and our microphone, passing the baton along? Who have you got beside you?
So we've got Fiona beside us. I'll put her on.
Thank you so much. I have to say, everyone is... Fiona, I was just about to say this on the radio, and I'm going to say it to you. Thank you for joining us. Everyone is in remarkably good spirits, but actually some of the people I've spoken to look a bit tired, and that's no surprise at all. How are you going? What's your business, and how are you coping?
Well, our business is Hapuku Lodge and Tree Houses. We're just north of town, a luxury lodge. The lodge itself is in great shape. A few, cosmetic repairs required and minor things like water to sort out. But personally, yeah, I'm good, but I am tired. I think there's a lot of people feeling the same way. Some of us, haven't had time to eat, to be honest. We sort of got up early. We've just been go, meetings, catching up with people, insurance talks, all that kind of thing. And, we really actually have to start looking after ourselves. I know it's easy to say, but, yeah, pretty tired.
Yeah. And you would have had bookings, obviously, because we're going into peak season now. Are those people going to be able to get to you, and do they still want to come?
Well, yes and no. There's a real mix, to be honest. I mean, we're not currently open. We've got a few things to sort out. We've set ourselves an ambitious aim, but we have to aim high. So we've set ourselves a goal of being open by the 1st of December. But there's a real mix. Yes, of course, we've had cancellations. There are some people that aren't that comfortable coming to an earthquake area, and we completely understand that. But actually, on the other side, we've had inquiries and we've had bookings from December right through until March. So it's a mixed bag at the moment, and we're just sort of taking each day as it comes, really, and assessing where we're at.
Kaikoura business owners making an extraordinary and admirable fist of it in the circumstances. As we know, the road is closed, their customers can't get to them, but somehow they are getting to their customers. We will be back in Kaikoura tomorrow night.